Today we're going to flash a 2013 Nissan Maxima. It's got a P0101 code. The only way I will flash a Nissan is with the Consult 3 Plus. So we're going to walk through how to do it. I've already got the battery maintainer on it. You always got to use a battery maintainer. So here we go. So I'm going to hook this up to the car. There's a guy at the body shop grinding. I hope that's like not going to drive everybody crazy. It's driving me crazy. I've been here 5 minutes. My laptop's already booted up. Nissan's one of the only cars I will not do wireless. All right. We got the Consult plugged in. All right. I'm going to turn the key on. We're going to open up Consult. Okay. Now before we get into programming, I really want to make sure that there is an update. So we're going to check for that first. So we need to go into the engine and check for updates. Right now we're waiting for the thing to talk. Yeah, it has an ECU, it has the P0101 code like they said. All right, so now we need to get the ECU identification. If you don't have Consult and you're doing this with J2534, you can look it up through mode 9. I'm scared to death of Nissan J2534. All right, so we're gonna open up Internet Explorer. I love OEM One Stop, favorite website of all time. Click Nissan. We're going to click mechanical. I'm in North America, so we're clicking there. We're going to click Consult 2.3 Plus ECU, blank programming, blah blah blah, because I'm using Consult. So you get these choices up here. If you're using a Consult 2, you click here, Consult 3 here. If you're using Consult 3 and the PCM is blank, you click this tab. This is a reprogram. So it asks you for the first 5 digits of the ECU part number, which we pulled up. It's 23710. So I'm going to type in 23710. You got to click on your number. It's thinking. Now it wants the last 5 digits. 3 Tango Alpha 6 Charlie. So 3 Tango Alpha. Oh, so slow. 3 Tango Alpha 6 Charlie. Click on it. There is a newer update. As you can see, there's an update. That's good. So we have, I'm going to verify the number again. All right, so we're just going to, I don't do many Nissans, so I'm very cautious about how I do this. Let me make sure I type the number in right. 23710. 3TA6C. Okay, so now we need to buy this file. What happened in the internet? I lost it. The internet. Hey, we're getting the internet back. Great. All right, we're going to buy this file. We're going to hit submit. It is $19.95 per file. We're going to hit purchase. Going to type in a username and password. Woo! We logged in. I'm hoping it usually saves it in your shopping cart. Yep. So there's our file. It's saved. We can go to checkout. Okay. We have bought the file. I know you guys didn't see me filling everything in. I skipped it because it's all my personal information. Sorry. All right. So to download the file once you're here, it even tells you to download. Visit the ECU download page. Or you can click their little red link. We're going to download this. I hope. I don't have good internet here. Alright, so now we're going to save as. I'm going to save it with the other ones that I have. Alright, then I'm just going to open it. Alright, you can close out internet. Alright, I can never remember where to move these files, so Nissan's very nice. They give you a PDF. Boop-a-doo. Okay, and then here's the instructions. Oh, it's frozen. Let's see. So this document gives you the following instructions: vehicle conditions, NIRS. NIRS is J2534, as you could tell. I need step 5 for consult 3 plus reprogramming. So 2, 3, 4. Folders are pretty much the same spot. But I can never remember. Again, I don't do these enough. If you don't do them enough, or you don't know, don't be scared to like look stuff up and read. That's how I figured out most of the stuff to flash. Alright, so we just need to move both files into the C reprogramming folder, which, if this is your first time doing this, this folder does not exist. It even tells you in note 2. If this is your first time using C3 plus reprogramming, you may need to make the C reprogramming folder. It doesn't automatically do it, so we're going to close everything. I always hit the folder, C drive. I know I have it. So that's in there. Yep, I know. Gonna just hit move and replace. Okay, so we got the files in there. Very simple. Back to consult. You hit home. Yep. Okay, so double check your voltage. I like consult because it shows you your voltage right here, 13.9. Definitely got the maintainer on. We're gonna hit reprogramming. There's instructions here for you to read. Click the check, hit next. It's gonna read the VIN. I always double check the VIN. Oh, it's an Altima, not a Maxima. Look at that. I even told you the wrong car at the beginning of the video. All right, so let me double check the VIN. 7DC2958. All right, so the VIN is correct. a system call is more like he just goes in and checks the modules, sees what's here, it's not here, gets some information out of them. It takes some time, but can't rush it. All right, so we know the VIN's right. We've already checked it. We're gonna hit confirm. We're gonna click engine because we're doing an engine. Hit reprogramming because that's what we're doing. So now it gives you all this information. This is really nice. So it's telling you this is your part number, your engine, you're going to reprogram it. This is your VIN, file label VIN, your vehicle, the date, and you hit save and it saves it all. You can't hit the check mark till you hit the little tab over. It's telling you to make sure everything's off. I have everything off but the radio. Audio off, so we're good. All right. We're gonna hit confirm. Hit next. Okay, now it's telling you like, hey, you sure you want to do this? It has auto air. It says it's gonna take 10 minutes. I'm calling BS. Never takes that short a time. We're doing the engine, Altima. We're gonna have this number afterwards, which we confirmed was right earlier. So we're gonna hit next. And it tells you to install a battery maintainer. If you don't, it won't let you work. It needs to see above 13.5 or you won't get the okay and you don't get next. I like this screen, it tells you everything. Hey, is it good? Okay, it's good. You hit start. Okay, now this works a lot like the Chrysler. It sends the flash to the pod, and then the pod flashes the car. So again, the laptop goes dead, anything like that, you don't really care. Once it says transfer to consult, done. And I've had it not say 100% here. The consult's kind of really weird and glitchy when it comes to this flashing screen. So I just kind of take this with a grain of salt. I get nervous every time I do one. So it transfers the file to the consult pod. See, the transfer consult to VI, and then the VI will transfer it to the ECU. So this works just like the Chrysler one, where if the laptop or anything goes dead, you're okay. So you can like literally disconnect the laptop and walk away. I'm waiting for this to get to a certain point in its percentage, and then I'll point out a big issue with the consult that I see. Probably won't do it this time because I want to point it out because I freaked out first time I did a Nissan. But it likes to pause, and maybe this new one's going to pause at 20%, but normally it goes to 80% and just sits there. It's kind of funny. So what I'm talking about is this transfer VCI to ECU percentage. It just pauses and sits there, and it'll just sit there. See, it just randomly jumped 30%. I've had it sit at 80% for 15 minutes on some cars. Some of the cars will say like 45 minutes to flash it. So I've had it sit at 80% for 15, 20 minutes. Just don't freak out. I freaked out a lot. Matter of fact, first one I did, I called like 6 people. Everybody told me the same thing. And that's how it works. And it's funny, the 2 little lights that are blinking here, they're also blinking on my consult interface. Let me get you a shot of that. See? Not blinking the exact same as what they're showing on the thing, but they blink nonetheless. So I've enjoyed them. You can also see that while it's programming, all the dash lights come on. Typical, normal. So, all right, well, I'm just gonna let this go, and at this point, speed it up for the time's sake, so you're not watching a forever long video, even though it says 10 minutes, and we'll be back. All right, so the flash is completed. We're at the screen. It's kind of nice. Hit next. It performs a system call. Wish I'd known he was going to hit that impact. You're really hoping it talks to the engine ECU again, because if it doesn't, you just bought it. Nothing about the consult is fast. You must learn to be patient. Don't try to flash one of these if you're in a hurry. Takes time. On the blank ones, when you got to set up the idle learn and everything else, it's really fun. Oh look, I think we're going to do it here. All right, accelerator pedal is fully released. Turn the ignition on, the ignition off. Okay, so I turned the ignition off. See the dashboard said goodbye, I hope. It's nice, it gives you a countdown for you. You don't have to count in your head. Turn the ignition switch back on. Twice. Hit next. Yep, it's going to make us do the idle learn. Alright, so this function, the ECM, does all this stuff. We're going to hit. Just might as well start the car. Oh, wait. Yeah, hit next. Okay, let's start the car. It's gonna work. Alright, so I'm gonna hit start. It's gonna yell the engine's too cold. I know it's too cold. This is the other problem with doing these. The idle air volume learn, it wants the engine at a certain temperature. I don't know what it should be off the top of my head, but I know this one's probably too cold. I want to say it's like 70 degrees Celsius. Yeah, the engine's cold. I think it should be 70. So we're just gonna sit here and wait, because if I hit start, it's gonna say error. See, it highlights the coolant temp and says no good. So if you hit retry and then you hit next, it'll show you all the temps again. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, let it warm up. All right, we're at 73, we're gonna hit start. It's executing the test. So it's doing the idle air volume adjust. It's gonna adjust this idle, basically is what happens to its set point, but it was pretty much set because it was just a reprogram, so it didn't do much. All right, test is complete. All right, test is complete. Look at that. It's complete. That's good. We're gonna go to next. Oh, this is fun. This is a turn the key off and on. But the good news is it gives you a timer so you can time it, and it gives you this graph so you can follow it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, they put an aftermarket one on it. It didn't work, and they took it back off. So this is the original one.
Okay. So it has the original. I was asking the shop, since you heard that, if the mass airflow sensor was original or aftermarket, because he's the second shop to get this car. And he said they put an aftermarket one on, and then took it off and put the original one back in it, because I've had a lot of problems with the aftermarket sensors on these cars. So that's what we were talking about. I even like how it gives you the graph. It's kind of nice. All right, make sure the engine starts. Well, it obviously starts. All right, so there's that. Okay, and then once I turn the ignition off, it'll tell me if I turn it back on, it's going to erase all codes automatically, which I want, because again, programming sets a lot of stupid codes. So I'm going to clear the codes. I really like using factory tools because it walks you through the whole process. I don't have to get no other tools to do any of this stuff. It's done, it's good. That's why I said when it told me 10 minutes, I said it's a lie. I knew there was other stuff. Programming might take 10 minutes. Then you have 10 minutes of other stuff, warming the car up, throttle learn, code clear, and whatnot. All right. So this means it's successfully done. Everything is done. You can print this out for your customer, which I'm going to print it. I always print it. It's going to tell me there's an error with my printer because my printer's not here, but I don't care. I'll hook it up in a second. I then hit confirm. It's going to tell me the screenshot's no longer available. I don't care. I've already hit the print button. Go home. And we are done. That is reprogramming a Nissan. To recap, you need the Consult software. Then you're going to need the Consult interface, which is like expensive. And last but not least, you need the battery maintainer.